What up, guys? Joaquin here, and I am here with my buddy Jordan from church, and we do some lifting together.
So,
And one of the things that we were discussing was, differences in the the Oriental and the Eastern Orthodox Christology. And these are the things that we sit around and talk about when lifting. So, Jordan posed a question that I really didn't. I really don't personally fully understand the differences, like the specific differences in the Christology. But he had a way of posing a question that I thought was interesting and that he wanted to share. So I invited him on today to share that information, and he is going to do that now.
all right. So basically, the closest to us out of all, whether they're Roman Catholics or the High Church Protestants, Anglicans, Lutherans, and what the other one is, maybe Methodists are in there. But anyway, the closest of all of the Christian faiths to Eastern Orthodoxy is Oriental Orthodoxy. They're in practice very close to us. If you've ever been to a Coptic church, I've been to one, and it is very, very, very similar. But this is what really divides us, is over our Christology, is how we look at the nature of Christ. And basically, I had a question, because everyone gets into like words, okay, we like the Chalcedonian, that we say that Christ is one. There are two natures in the person of Christ. If I correct, the Monophysites or Miaphysites, or I don't know, Orientals. The Orientals say that I think he's one person of two natures. I think there is a type of a kind of blending or mingling that kind of happens. I think that's kind of their perspective. But because saying that Christ is, there's two natures in one person, and there's one person of two natures. I mean, it's very similar. It's almost semantics. But people get, with these words, people can, it sounds like it's very confusing. So in order to kind of settle it, I was thinking, how is there another way, if we could come to an agreement on the natures of Christ and his person, instead of doing it with words, could you define it through an image? Could you define it through a diagram? So I've drawn this diagram, and for all of the Oriental Orthodox people out there, does this image, what I'm about to show you, reflect your Christology? Because if it is, the way that I look at this diagram is it definitely reflects the understanding of Christ and his natures, in the Chalcedonian definition. And so here's the image. So we have, if you can see, this green border here would be the person of Christ. And then within it is two distinct, these two colors are representing the two natures, the divine and the human nature, united but without mingling. Now, if this image does in fact reflect the Oriental definition, I would venture to say then the difference of Christology is merely semantics at this point. Now, of course, we're not talking about the recognition of councils and the anathemas for some of their saints and some of our saints. That's a whole different matter. I'm talking about just in terms of Christology. Does that diagram depict an accurate reflection of the Oriental definition of the two natures within the one person.
Yeah, because even if that we resolve the issue of the natures of Christ, there would still be other councils that came after Chalcedon.
That's true.
That they did not accept.
Well, even the Council of Chalcedon they didn't accept.
Well, yeah,
but the Christology is like the most massive of hurdles. The recognition of councils and that stuff, that is, in my opinion, more political. And then, of course, now the things about the saints and heretics, that I think the Christology issue could actually smooth out kind of a lot of that. And that's kind of, as of this moment, that's kind of the biggest hurdle that I see between our two families of churches.
Yeah, because, I mean, like you said at the beginning, if an Eastern Orthodox person just stumbled into a Oriental Orthodox church,
sure,
it would take a little bit before they figured out that they were not in the Eastern Orthodox Church.
Yeah, so, well, it depends.
The liturgy of St. James is...
Yeah, so it depends. If you're in the Coptic Church, like the Egyptian, the churches, like churches of Egypt, and then I would say even like the Syriac, it looks very similar to a lot of stuff that we do at liturgy. Now, but if you go into an Ethiopian or Eritrean church...
We have one here in Dayton.
Yeah, we do. You know you are not in a Chalcedonian church at all. I mean, it's vastly different as far as customary things and liturgy and stuff like that. But no, I would say if you're in the Armenian, the Syriac, and the Egyptian, then I would say
I don't know, because I've seen videos in Kenya of the Kenyan Orthodox Church, who's under the Patriarch of Greece. And they look vastly different than, say, like an OCA or Greek or Russian church.
I mean, so like, for example, like the Alexandrian Patriarchate, I mean, yeah, that's who governs the Kenyan church. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I've seen videos of the Kenyan church as well. But I would say like even like their I don't know, like their cassocks, their priestly vestments. I mean, all that stuff is very. I mean, it's all. Yeah,
that would stand out.
It's all the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, no, you go to an Ethiopic church, it is different.
Okay.
It's wildly different. It's cool. I mean, it's interesting. And then I think there's a difference also with the Coptics. I think they also have different vestments.
We have a Coptic church just a little bit south of here.
St. Mina's. That's St. Mina's is in Miamisburg.
Yeah,
I've been to that. That's where I went, and that's what I'm saying is like that. I went to that liturgy, and I'm like, what's the difference here?
Did they ask you if you were Egyptian?
No.
No.
I said that myself.
Nobody ever asked me that. No. Nobody's ever asked me if I was Egyptian.
I'm also racially ambiguous. Like, I'm hanging out with Egyptians people. Like, I remember one time I was in Detroit and I went to a gas station and they're like, what's going on, buddy? And I was like, not much. They're like, he's like, oh, you from Lebanon? I'm like, no. Was that what? What's your name? I said, my name's Jordan. They're like, I have family in Jordan. That's great. That's amazing. I'm like, dude, I'm Puerto Rican. Like, what do you got? I don't get it. But yeah, it's a thing. Yeah. I think it's mostly because of the nose. Yeah, but yeah.
Well, I don't know if I have any Oriental Orthodox subscribers or anybody that follows or watches this video, but if I do, please comment below and tell us what you thought of Jordan's illustration.
Yeah, especially like, I mean, don't get me wrong. If you're a very knowledgeable layperson, that yes, but like, if you're a clergy, like if you're like especially if you're like a priest or a bishop, like please like don't hesitate to comment, because the more I would say the more knowledgeable, like, you know, and like someone who holds authority in the church. That's really those are really the opinions that matter. Not to say that people don't know, but I'm saying, like, if it comes from like bishops and priests, that's really, like, you know, because they're supposed to, you know, they're the pastors of the flock. So
Definitely the teachers.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, you guys take it easy, and maybe I will come to you in the future with some more videos with Jordan or other people from around. We'll branch out and have some other guests on. You guys take it easy, and I'll talk to you very soon.